one of the things that I wanted to highlight is you look at this young man, and we talk about the continued challenges we have in growing our teacher workforce and making sure that not only are we growing a lot of our young people going into teaching, but also making sure that our workforce is diverse. And so it's great to be able to continue to have and grow an opportunity for teachers who look like their students to be in front of them. When there's so many other draws and there's so many other ways and career pathways which are attracting our students. And I wanted to start off with a quote that Mr. Pang had said. He said, "I always knew I wanted to help people. I really wanted to give back. And what better way is there than teaching?" That sums it up, and that sums up what he thinks about his responsibility to our community. But what he also feels is the power of teaching and how much it can make a difference for the children in our community. So it's unfortunate that Principal Benson couldn't be here and attend, but in her letter, she certainly emphasized about how passionate he is about teaching, how he effectively builds and clearly protects a class climate of community and mutual support. Mr. Pang, in addition to his responsibilities as an English teacher, also conducts academic intervention classes for at-risk youth at the school. He also volunteers with a number of different programs, including at one point you coached volleyball as well. So you're doing a lot beyond just inside the classroom. You're also the lead teacher for ninth grade English teachers as well. So to be coming in and leading right away, that says a lot about you also. You know, one of the things that I also read, and I'm going to get away from the formal stuff, there was an opinion that was in the Washington Post. And it was after the Washington Post had done the article about Mr. Pang, and it was a criticism. Oh, well, Mr. Pang's an English teacher, and therefore this quote that was on the bulletin board, oh, it's grammatically incorrect. How dare an English teacher have this on the bulletin board? Well, a little known fact to the person who actually sent in that opinion article, it's actually lyrics from a hip-hop song by Fat Joe called All the Way Up. And he's using it to inspire his students to have a mindset of saying that we can continue and reach and strive for the stars. But it also shows the disconnect that we have in our communities sometimes when teachers take it a step further to be able to creatively reach their students. He's doing his job. And I just want to commend him for doing that and thinking creatively outside the box. We continue to see examples of this throughout the nation, and I'm just proud to see that we have it right here in Montgomery County. And so let me turn it over to Mr. Katz before we get to the proclamation.
Well, thank you very much, Craig. And as many of you know, when you follow Craig, almost everything has been said, but there's a little bit left for me. But obviously, and we're all very, very proud of you and your family, and I know no one gets here by themselves. And of course, being the ninth grade team leader for it shows that how effective you've been for your teaching skills as well as the skills beyond that. And how much you've built a rapport with your students as well and other teachers. One of the things that was noted was that Mr. Pang has high expectations of his students, but he expects them to have high expectations of themselves. And if that's not a teacher and a coach, I don't know what is. And of course, he approaches his class sessions as a partnership between himself and his students so that every student knows that they're not alone when it comes to learning. As Craig will point out, he and I both are products of Montgomery County Public Schools. As I like to point out, I started before he did, so I paved the way for him. But I can tell you that Montgomery County Public Schools changes lives, and it's people just like you. And it's not only you. I mean, though you won this award and we applaud you, there's plenty of other teachers that came in close. And Montgomery County Public Schools is very proud of each of them as well. Thank you and congratulations.
Whereas Sean Pang is a sixth-year English teacher at Rockville High School, whose tireless dedication and commitment to his students was recently recognized by the Washington Post, which named him its Montgomery County Teacher of the Year, an award that honors those who exemplify excellence in teaching, encourage creative and quality instruction, and contribute to the improvement of education within the Washington metropolitan area. And whereas Sean Pang, through his passion and dedication to his students, has inspired them a belief that they will succeed, and also ensures them he will provide support at every step so they never feel alone when it comes to learning. And whereas through humor and honesty, Mr. Pang shares with his students his own personal stories, including how he arrived in the U.S. from Hong Kong at age 6, knowing very little English, to now returning to the same school system that years ago helped teach him a new language and inspired him to earn a master's degree in English language arts and become an English teacher. And
whereas his strong desire to connect with students is evident with both during the school day and beyond, leading him to sponsor clubs to help foster their interests, to be available for tutoring, to often being available to listen where they just need to talk, and teaching them how education can be fun by joining things such as an occasional flash mob, and whereas Sean Pang has built a strong collaborative relationship with other members of the Rockville High faculty that has promoted a sense of equity, trust, and transparency among them throughout the school. Now therefore be resolved that the County Council, Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby congratulates the Teacher of the Year, Sean Pang. That deserves a round of applause just for that. And be it further resolved that the County Council joins the students, parents, faculty, and administrators of the entire Rockville High School community in recognizing the inspiration he has provided in an effort to ensure students reach their full potential. And it's signed by our County Council President, Roger Berliner. Congratulations.
What an honor. What a tremendous pleasure to be here. I want to thank God and my beautiful family, my amazing wife, Hawaii, just for the tremendous support. But in all honesty, this award belongs to the teachers around the world. So if you have some time today, please, today, tomorrow, next week, always, thank a teacher. It's really their inspiration and the support that drove me to do what I do, to keep on doing what I do. When I first heard about my award, the first thing I did was I went back to my alma mater at UMBC, and I thanked my teachers. That's the very first thing I did, and I'm eternally grateful to them. My colleagues at Rockville High School, because I'm still learning from them. And it's kind of funny because at this stage in my career, I still consider it the start of my teaching journey. And I promise I'll only work harder from here on out. So thank you all for being here. And again, I thank my students for being themselves, and I look forward to all that I can do. Thank you.